morning everyone, and oh that's weird, I nearly said welcome to another day of Vlogmas. Vlogmas is over, it is Boxing Day, Christmas is done. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and spent it with some time with family and friends. I had an awesome day. It is currently Boxing Day. I will be filming a full day of eating and a glute workout for you today because I figure the gym is finally going to be quiet enough for me to get my camera in and show you all what it's about when I'm at the gym. So I'm about to make breakfast and I'm really hungry. Also, can we take a minute to admire my new Peter Alexander pajamas? Thank you, mother, I really like them. This is some of the other little gifts that I got, which are awesome. The best gift of all, which will be coming out, my beats. And we've had a disaster. Time to remake the oats. I hate it when this happens. While oats number 2 is cooking, I'm just having some leftover fruit salad on top from the fruit from Christmas Day yesterday. I'm actually adding milk to my oats. I think that's why it could have overflown. Yeah, this is the remnants of the other oats, but I've got the other ones in the microwave. Hopefully they're not... Okay, we're good. Breakfast is all made now. I accidentally made the oats too salty, but I don't really care because I really like salty oats. I've got my 85% dark chocolate on there. The fruit looks gross, but it's still good. Macros will be on the screen right now. It's now time to hit up the gym. It's currently 9:20. Today I will be doing a big back and glute workout. Usually it's a bit more back focused, but I need to start building up my glutes, so it's going to be very glute focused. Fantastic news is I will be taking you with me, so let's go, let's hit up this full workout and I will run you through the whole thing. So we've just rocked up at the gym and I expected it to be completely quiet at the gym today, but there are cars everywhere, so there goes. I'm hoping I can still film. It might just be with a GoPro, but I can't believe this. Since when do people get into fitness? It's Boxing Day, people. I want the gym to myself. Before doing any big workout, you really want to warm up the muscles you're going to be using in that workout. So you can see here I'm doing some pull-ups with a TRX to work my back, and then I'm doing some banded crab walks and some squats to warm up my glute muscles. When I start my compound lifts, I also do a warm-up with the exact movement that I'm going to do. So I do 2x15 here of the bar of stiff leg deadlifts before going on to my biggest set. Before my working set, I then do a heavier warm-up, so this is 2x10 of 45 kilos before I do my working set of 55 kilos. For my working set, I went with a pyramid type theme today, so I started by doing 3x5 of 55 kilos. I then moved on to do 3x2 of 65 kilos as my heaviest set for the day. I then dropped the weight back down to 50 kilos to do another 3x5 set. To finish up with my deadlifts, I ended with 2x10 of 40 kilo sumo deadlifts just to really activate the glutes before I did more glute work in my supersets. In my first superset, I did 60 kilo hip thrusts, I did 10 reps, and then after the 10 reps, I squeezed at the top and I did 5 pulse hip thrusts just to really get that muscle contraction. After this, I moved on to an isolated row, so I did 10 reps of 17.5 kilos on each arm, which is a really good exercise to work your back. Definitely one of my favorites. After this, I then tried out a new exercise which I really love at the moment to really isolate the glutes, and that is getting on the seated leg press and doing a side leg press. Feels a bit awkward at first, but you definitely feel it in the glutes. My second superset started with walking lunges where I kick my leg at the back. I go with quite a light barbell for this as it's more about the back kick and the lunge itself rather than the weight on my back. The second exercise were donkey kicks and I did 10 on each leg for each set. And then I finished that superset up with 15 lat pull downs. In my last superset, I did back kicks on the lying hamstring curl machine, which can feel a little bit awkward at first, but it's actually another great exercise to isolate the glutes. So I did 10 reps on each leg for one set here. I then did 10 reps on the seated row machine, a great exercise for activating those back muscles, and I would highly recommend it. And then here I am doing 40 crab walks one way and then 40 the other way. I really, really love these bands. You should get one. Then afterwards we end with a plank. So it's a 3-minute plank. However, I make it very dynamic. So as you can see, I'm doing some mountain climbers, which I do for about 2 sets of 30 seconds. I then like to hold side planks and do some hip raises for about 15 seconds each side. And then when it comes to the last 20 seconds of the plank, everyone knows that this is the time to hold. The last 20 seconds, you just hold, you give it everything you've got. Anyone can do anything for 20 seconds, and then it is rest time. Workout is done now. That was such a good workout and I feel so, so good for doing that. I need food though. I'm so hungry and it's like a void in my stomach. So I've actually decided I'm going to make like a mini belt sander brownie. A lot of you are probably familiar with them, but it's just a scoop of protein powder, a little bit of baking powder, yeah, and some milk. You stir it all together and then you put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds to a minute and you get a delicious like mug cake type of thing. I think I'm gonna have to pair it with some toast chocolate orange, to be honest. So you can see in the mug I've got the protein powder and a bit of baking powder. I'm just gonna give that a little stir. And then I'm going to add my milk. I'm using high protein milk as well here. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to add at this stage. I'm going to add about 100 mils and then see how I go. A genius right here. A genius. Tell them what you're putting on the belt sander brownie. Matcha Oreos. I'm eating one right now. Oh, they're so good. So this is what you do with the terry chocolate orange. You go. And then the logic behind it is that you open it and it would have segmented. Well, it worked a little bit. It's kind of hot in here, so it's not going to work. But I'm going to have 2 of these in my brownie. Oh yeah. Can you hear angels right now? Can you hear angels singing? Because I can.
Yep.
We're just off now to drop my parents off at their friend's house. We'll probably stay around for a bit, hence why I'm wearing like normal people clothes for once. I think I'll take a few snacks. I was gonna eat lunch beforehand, but I ran out of time because it's the story of my life. Really like clammy today. It was 40 degrees yesterday here and now it's 29 today, so weather's really weird. My hair has turned into like a fuzzball. So we're just on our way back from dropping my parents off and staying a bit at the party right now. And it's like 3:15 and I'm hangry and I need food, but Lachlan bought his massive bag of cashews and you know some of those going down because cashews are one of those foods that once you start, you cannot stop. Stuff like that, I don't track it into my macros. I mean, I'm on like a perma-bulk anyway. If I was cutting, I probably would. But because I'm not cutting and because I actually want to gain some muscle, I'm not fast. Like I had a few bites of like banana bread that I made this morning. I had a few lollies. I don't track stuff like that. It's just, life's too short. Yeah, if I was in serious comp prep or something, I would. But when it's just life, just relax with it all. Just having my sort of lunch now. It's 3:45 and I am eating a mix. It's just an old meal prep. Yes, I'm eating it on muffin trays, whatever. Of vegetables, sweet potato, purple. Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen? So I've also some white sweet potato chicken and I'm going to put some tomato ketchup on there because tomato ketchup is life. And the full macros for this meal are on the screen right now. So I'm now just having this little fun-sized Twix bar that I got in a Christmas stocking. It's around 6:30 and I know that I want to go for a walk soon and I need some energy and I need some good carbs. This is the joys of flexible dieting. You can have little things like this all the time and it's no big deal really. So I'm going to enjoy this with a cup of peppermint tea while I meal prep. I have a new love for meal prep as well because I've been putting a bit of stock into my rice, which actually makes it taste really, really good. So little tip for you there. I know this is a little bit weird because I am vlogging on my phone, but I'm out for a walk and I was just speaking to my Snapchat fam about a few things and thought why not speak to my vlog about it. Just basically saying that, you know, around this time of year it can be really, really hard for people with mental illness. I find that tough in particular. I've been to a lot of people's houses and seen a lot of fantastic people that I love in the past day, but it's left me feeling very exhausted and I've just noticed that this afternoon I've hit a real funk. And just remember that it's okay to take time out for yourself, especially when it gets crazy busy like this. And if you're introverted, you'll find that you get a lot of energy drain from being around other people a lot. Take time for yourself. I found myself getting really, really grumpy, so I had to get out of the house and just think I need some time alone, just in nature, away from going to see people. And so that's what I'm doing, and I feel a lot better for it already. But yeah, it's like sort of ties up with what I sent on Snapchat, but obviously Snapchat stories only last for 24 hours. So little ramble is over. Remember to sit with your feelings. Your feelings are only temporary and all gonna be okay. Yeah. Guys, how good does Lachlan's meal look? He got this Jamie Oliver recipe kit that had like meatballs. He made his own rice, and my boyfriend is the king of rice. I've definitely tried a little bit. And some veg. His looks amazing. Mine is on the go right now. I got my whole setup going. Guess what this carb is? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pasta. Of course. This is my dinner already. Yes, the lighting is awful. Pasta, tuna, some vegetables, avocado, which looks a little worse for wear, but it's still good. It's like a little cave. Cheese, and then that reggae sauce, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. So this is gonna be awesome. Oh, that's nicer lighting. I can't wait to eat this. Macros are on the screen right now. Oh, also, I just ate half an apple before as well. I thought that we're all nice, tucked up and relaxed now, post-shower. We've actually been watching Rugrats, which is awesome. Anyway, I sent out a Snapchat to my lovely followers today asking what questions they wanted me to answer about sort of food-related things, so I'm going to answer a few. A lovely girl called Nancy asked, do you use more complex carbs to reach your carb macro, or do you approach it more with an IIFYM style? When it comes to carbs for me, I'm not choosy. I do like to go for more like oats, sweet potato, like brown bread, that type of thing. But that's because I guess with like wholemeal bread, I was raised eating that. I love white bread as well. Like yesterday, I literally ate 3 slices of white bread. Like get me a good baguette or something and I'm set for life. When it comes to pasta, I choose whole grain pasta mostly because pasta feels like one of those infinity foods. Like, you know, you can eat a whole bowl of it and you're like, did I even just eat anything? Whereas I find that the whole grain type tastes a little bit like nuttier. It's a bit nice and it does make me actually feel full. But I find that, you know, because I do eat quite a lot of food, if I do eat too many like carbs high in fiber or hard to digest, I do get a few stomach issues. That's why I tend to stick to sort of lighter carbs like rice cakes, white rice. I eat cereal almost every night because I just find that it sits a lot better in my stomach. So I guess like half and half. I do approach it with an if it fits your macros approach. If I do crave something, I fit it in. I'm never going to say to myself, no Amy, you can't eat bread, or like I get some people can't eat gluten, that's fine, like I can't have a heap of it either, but I'm never going to stop myself from eating something. And I guess that's the joys of flexible dieting. Like nothing is ever off limits to me. Like you saw today, you know, I ate a Twix, but I've also eaten heaps of fruit and I've also eaten heaps of veg. Like that's just how I approach eating, and I am happier now than probably I've ever been, and so I know that it works for me and I feel healthy. I feel really healthy. I'm full of energy, and yes, I have white potatoes and like almost every day, and that's okay with me. I don't see anything wrong in that. Like clean eating police, arrest me if you want, but I'm happy and that's all that matters. Okay, so next question is from my girl Mariam. She's always giving me great questions, and it says, what's a food you've always wanted to make but couldn't be bothered or haven't gotten around to? I thought about this for a while and it's really random stuff. I have always wanted to make crumpets. Like I've seen recipes, it looks hard, and I'm wondering if it's one of those things that like it's best left to the professionals. Like I used to cook a lot when I was younger, so I have made a lot of things. I used to bake bread a lot, and I guess since life has gotten busy, I barely bake any bread anymore. I don't have a bread maker or anything. I just start from scratch, knead the dough, but really when you're baking a loaf of bread, you kind of need to be around the house all day because you make it, then you knead it, then you let it rest, and then you re-knead it, you let it rest, you cook it, etc. But I make a mean loaf of bread, if I don't say so myself, and I really wish I could get back into doing that if I have the time, but I just don't have the time right now. Okay, so next question. What's your favorite and least favorite cuisine? Okay, my favorite, oh geez, it really depends on the day. Like I love Asian food. It could be Asian food, to be honest. But then, you know, there's so many different types. There's Vietnamese, there's Chinese, there's Japanese. Lachlan, what's my favorite cuisine? Amy cuisine. A mix of everything. I don't know either. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with a mix here because I have no idea. Okay, least favorite cuisine. I could offend some people here. It's Italian, probably, because I don't like pizza. I don't really like ice cream. I like pasta, but I don't like sauces with my pasta. I don't really like garlicky, oniony things like garlic bread and stuff, so a lot of, like, that rules out a lot of Italian food. Not a huge fan of French food, which, I mean, that's lucky because I was almost going to go study in France for a year. But yeah, I don't like cheese unless it's melted on things. And I'm not a fan of like creamy things, and that seems to be like a lot of French food. So probably that. Like, American is a cuisine, I think. I love a good burger, but that's about it. I have seen, like, I was on the treadmill this morning, quick backstory, and I saw them making like an American chicken pot pie, and it looked like the worst thing I have ever seen in my life. Do you remember that? That chicken pot pie? Oh, it was disgusting. And so, yeah, American cuisine, no thank you. Like, I don't like macaroni and cheese. Oh, no, hot dogs, yuck, yuck, yuck. Favorite form of cardio? Ooh. Now it depends. If I'm gonna go with steady state cardio, I love walking. I go for a walk every single day, and it's what makes me happy. So walking, but if I'm gonna go something a bit more fun, I'd go probably some plyometric work. So like a lot of squat jumps, like lunge jumps, that type of thing, like really, really fast work, mountain climbers, because I find that really fun and you don't have to do a lot of it. So 2 different types there, but thanks guys for the questions. I'll probably wrap that up now because we have season 6 of Game of Thrones to watch. I'm just finally having my last meal now. 2 rice cakes with a banana, some yogurt and some peanut butter. Also, I'll probably steal a bit of Lachlan's ice cream, let's be totally honest here. So that wraps up a full day of eating. My total macros for the day will be on the screen now. Just keep in mind that this is just what I've tracked. So I eat like 50 to 100 calories worth of food that I don't track just because I can't be bothered, to be totally honest with you. I don't take life that seriously. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the workout footage as well. And I will see you in my next video. Keep calm, stay positive, have a good day, night, morning, whatever. See you later. Bye.